Hi guys, I hope you're doing well despite the raging pandemic, and I'm sure that you're just as eager as I am for it to be over so that we can get back to normal life and enjoy our flying again. This video is a follow-up to a video that I published in French recently, but I thought it might also be of interest to a broader audience outside of France throughout Europe. And what I would like to present to you today is the set of tools that I'm using in flight planning as well as in flight and the way they integrate. So I'm going to start off with a general overview of those tools, describe the integration points, and then do a demo. All right, let's go. So the first tool I use is actually the auto router, and the auto router is the flight planning tool. In order to access the auto router, I need a web browser. I actually use Safari, but Chrome or any other compatible web browser will do. So this is the tool I'm using for route planning and to create my briefing pack. Next, I use Telegram. Telegram is an instant messaging application. AutoRouter exposes a robot to Telegram, which provides a very simple AutoRouter interface. It allows me to retrieve the briefing pack, although I can also get the briefing pack in other ways, like downloading it from the web browser or via email, for example. Using the Telegram interface, I can get weather, METAR/TAF, significant weather, surface analysis, weather radar and IR imagery. I can also get the NOTAMs. I can manage the flight plan, so cancel, delay, and bring forward. Next, I use PDF Pro. So PDF Pro I use to browse the briefing pack in flight. It's basically just a PDF browser. I don't remember exactly how I ended up with PDF Pro rather than any other of a multitude of PDF browsers out there. But I think that one of the main reasons is that it provides access to the table of contents if the PDF document has such a feature. The briefing pack contains the flight plan, the weather, NOTAMs, weight and balance, fuel planning, performance, and I can also use PDF Pro to browse approach plates that I retrieve from AutoRouter. And I may need to retrieve AIP approach plates as a backup to my primary source. In flight, I use Jeppesen Mobile Flight Deck. So I use it for the IFR en route charts, the Jeppesen Airways manual, if I ever need to look up anything in there. The Jeppesen plates, of course, so the approach plates, departures, arrivals, and those Jeppesen plates are all georeferenced. I recently started also to use ForeFlight. So I got ForeFlight mainly for VFR. But it's also very well suited for IFR. It can provide me with an alternate route planning solution in case the AutoRouter should be unavailable, which does happen, although rarely. It also provides me with the AIP plates and visual approach charts, which are built into ForeFlight. Those charts, in my case, are not georeferenced because I only have a Basic Plus subscription, and I would need a more expensive subscription in order to have the georeference plates. It can also display radar imagery and IR imagery. The ADL device and its companion application ADL Connect is an in-flight weather solution which provides METAR/TAF radar imagery, IR imagery, and wind. It can also be used to send and receive short emails or send and receive text messages. So let's see how all these tools are integrated with each other. So I generate the route and I create the briefing pack using the autorouter. And then I basically export the briefing pack and AIP plates to PDF Pro. And I can use Telegram to retrieve that information, but I can also retrieve the information via email or just plain download from my tablet and then export the files to PDF Pro. So the next thing I do is to export the flight plan to JEPFD, ForeFlight and ADL Connect. And I'll show you how that's done in the demo. In flight, ADL Connect communicates with the ADL hardware using a Wi-Fi connection. ADL Connect controls the ADL hardware. Using ADL Connect, I can specify what information I wish to retrieve, and ADL Connect will retrieve the information via an Iridium data connection to the servers, and the information will be displayed in ADL Connect. The ADL hardware will also broadcast or multicast the weather information to GDL90 capable devices. The ADL hardware will also broadcast or multicast weather information via GDL90 interface, and ForeFlight picks up that information, and that's how ForeFlight is able to display the weather information which is retrieved by the ADL hardware. So we'll start the demo by defining a route in the autorouter from Pontoise outside Paris in France to Roskilde in Denmark. Select the time of departure. Then in the advanced parameters, the flight rules, I choose IFR only. And then I check the use GFS wind forecasts and generally discourage directs. Now the route is being computed, so we'll have to wait for a few minutes. Okay, it's found two routes. We'll choose the first one, press continue. Here's the route. We need to provide additional parameters. To start with, at least one alternate. In this case, we'll choose Malmö-Sturup, which will do the trick. Check the fuel information. Check mass and balance. Search and rescue, 2 people on board. Then we save. And we get ready to export the flight plan to JEPFD. So now we have copied the flight plan, and we're now going to paste the route in the route field. We create a new flight plan, we paste the route, and unfortunately, due to a small bug in the autorouter, the first en route waypoint is left out, so we need to fill that in, as well as the departure, destination, and alternates. Now that's done, and the route appears in JEPFD. Back to the autorouter window. Now we're going to export to ForeFlight. There we go. We launch ForeFlight, and the route is imported. and appears in for flight, and we also see the weather information in there. Now we can pack, so download all the charts, all the NOTAMs and everything we need for the flight, and that's done. Now in the autorouter we will select all of the route waypoints as well as airports, and then we launch ADL Connect, which will import the route from the clipboard. And here's the route in ADL Connect, as well as the latest downloaded weather. So now Telegram. So in Telegram we have filed the flight plan, and now we can download the briefing pack. And once downloaded, we can open it and browse it. So we see all the briefing pack information, weather information, charts, grommet, METAR and TAFs. Now we export this file to PDF Pro, and the information is available there for us to browse in flight. And we see we have the same file. So in Telegram we can also ask for NOTAMs, additional or ad hoc NOTAMs. Here are the NOTAMs for Pontoise. Then we can ask for the weather at Pontoise or the weather at Roskilde. We can also ask for the plates for Roskilde. We download the file from the link. We can open it, and we see we have all of the airport information for Roskilde, all the approach plates, and the visual approach chart. And now we can export this to PDF Pro in order to make it available to us in flight. Here we go. Same file with the visual approach charts as well as all the IFR plates. So that's it. This video was by no means meant to be a tutorial on the tools that are presented. I rather wanted to show how they all come together in a simple, integrated fashion to do everything I need them to. It would be ideal if a single tool could do everything and do it well. However, I haven't found such a tool. I therefore use one for flight planning, and in flight I use one tool for navigation and one tool for weather. I hope you found this video useful. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you around.